Oh yeah, I'm starting the day fresh up with a cough. Let's talk about something that I call jolted and jarred January. And it is this sensation that most people experience when January rolls around. Now, before I preface this, I should say that, hold on, this is a little bit inconvenient to do. If you aren't watching, I'm actually pulling my cord out, my charging cord for my iPad where I'm recording this because I just realized I've got low battery. Let me just get my extension cord so that I can charge. And excuse me while I get away for a bit. And there we go. All right. Okay. So where was I? Jolted and jarred January. When January rolls around, there are so many people who feel jolted and jarred. And they shouldn't. Now, I'll preface this by laying out a few conditions here. Number one, in my country, it is cold and dark when January rolls around. If you're living in somewhere warm, in a warmer climate, let's say you're living in, I don't know, Colombia or Spain maybe, or Florida, Southern California, maybe Texas. I don't even know what the climates are there. Or even better if you're living in somewhere warm like South America, south of the equator, maybe in Australia. Well, then Christmas rolls around when it's summer. But here, up in the frozen wastes of the north, Christmas rolls around in the middle of winter when it's dark and cold outside. And this sensation of being jolted and jarred in January, feeling like you have to restart everything again, is the wrong way to think about everything. And I'll give an example, a very simple example. Think about going to the gym. Think about exercising. Think about training. Funnily enough, I'm not going to be exercising today. Actually, I'm going to take a day off. And the reason for that is I've injured my arm. Otherwise, I would have been exercising, because I exercise pretty much every single day. But if I'm injured, or if I'm sick, if I'm ill, whatever, then I have to take a break. Anyway. And by the way, I'll probably be exercising tomorrow. I'm just gonna see how my arm's doing. However, because I'm exercising all year round, including Christmas, when it's the holiday season, when it's the festivities, I don't feel jolted and jarred when January rolls around, because I put aside money in savings for a rainy day, for a snowy day, no pun intended. When January rolls around and it's time to pay the bills again, I'm not dumbstruck. I'm not surprised. I'm not in awe. I'm not in shock. I'm not shell shocked. I'm just, well, it's just another day. During the Christmases that I've experienced, or during the latest Christmases, I've been pretty much training and exercising and working out every single day. Every single day, without any exception. Now, me personally, I'm not going to undisclose information about my whereabouts because I'm paranoid. But let's just say that I visit close members of the family. Let's take a hypothetical question. If you travel home to your parents' house and you're distancing yourself away from the gym, there's no gym there, you're far away from where you live, and there's no sort of like opportunity, there's no set infrastructure or a scene to train or work out, well, then you can create that scene. And here are a couple of options. If you're driving to your parents' home, by the way, For those who can't see, I'm actually putting up fingers here. Option number one, if you're driving to your parents' home, you can actually bring weights, resistance bands, other exercise equipment with you so that you can train and work out during the holiday season. Number two, if you're traveling by plane or train or whatever, if you're using public transport and you're unable to bring with you weights, well, at the very least, you can bring with you resistance bands. And then you can also do push-ups, sit-ups, squats, all the boring stuff. You can do them. It's not fun. Maybe you can bring a pair of sneakers so that you can so that you can run outside unless there's snow. There are options everywhere. Point number three, you can actually ask your parents if it's okay that you're storing weights in their home so that every time you return back home, there is a fresh set of weights. There are mats. There is a dedicated and allocated space for you to train and work out. You can do that as long as you want to. Or number four, if there is a local gym around close to your parents' home, you can actually train there. And just think about it. And that's that. You can, if you will, all you need to train really is some vacant space. You can do push-ups. The reason I won't train today, number one, because my arm is injured. Number two, because, well, you actually need a rest day every once in a while. I don't feel bad about that because I train and I work out relentlessly so hard. It ain't gonna affect me in any way. But if you constantly catch yourself reverting back to your old bad habits and giving up the excuses, or giving yourself the excuses of, oh, well, it's the Christmas season, I can't train. That's just nonsense. It's garbage. It doesn't really work. Because, well, I'll tell you what does work. What does work is fat accumulation. What does work is that spiky sugary rush. What does work is your failure to stay in shape. It's the same thing with working. Let's say that you're not doing well financially. Let's say that you're poor and broke, and that you're working hard on building a business. Well, then why can't you do that during the Christmas holiday? Oh, well, we need to spend the time together and watch television and celebrate and hang out. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that, but you don't need to do that every single day. And you don't need to do that all the time. Well, excuse me, I'll take that back. Yes, you do need to do that every single day, but you don't need to do it all the time. You can actually work on your side business during the wee hours of morning or evening or during midday. Because you're not hanging out with your friends or your family 24/7 all the time. You need some you time. They need some them time, and you need some you time. Think about it. So whether it's business, whether it's training, whether it's even eating, I'll tell you what. I do a weekly fast. Tomorrow is my weekly fast day, and so today is my last day before I fast. I did my weekly fasts during Christmas, and I've done that for a couple of years now. Why? Well, because it's Christmas, and it's not an excuse for me to eat and to stuff myself full of crap. Yes, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, maybe New Year's Eve. Maybe there's a family reunion, here and there, in which I want to participate. Well, of course, I'm gonna stuff myself full of crap because it's that one time of the year. But I don't do it every single day. And there are more days when I eat healthy than when I'm not eating healthy. Think about it. This is very, very important. And you have to be serious. You can't afford to waste more time. Other than that, if you do, time is going to pass so fast. And you've realized that you've wasted your energy All those precious years that you had, you've wasted your energy doing nothing. And Christmas used to be one such time. Maybe the summer holiday is a different time. Maybe spring break is another time, yet another time. Every time there's a prolonged weekend. Thanksgiving, Memorial Day, whatever sort of public holiday there is, you're using that as an excuse to not work hard on yourself. Well, guess what? You are going to fall behind. You have to sacrifice a little bit of time and energy. And by the way, if you think about it, it ain't so much sacrifice as it is investment. So think about that. Think long and hard about what you can do in order to build yourself up. Because the juice ain't worth the squeeze when it comes to relaxing. Or put another way, the juice is indeed worth the squeeze when it comes to building your business, when it comes to building a name for yourself, when it comes to building good habits. Whether that's spending $50 on a Facebook ad, or writing an email, or working out, or training, or doing all of those items, or fasting, or doing whatever that takes you further, even if it's just micro learning. Then you won't have a jolted and jarred January. You'll have a fresh and strong January, because January will feel like December, like June, like April, like May. Think about it. Just because it's January doesn't mean that you should start over again. Because it's January means that you should continue developing, or continue doing those good habits that you developed the year before. Think about that. And that'll be my rant for today. If you want to learn more about time and energy management and how to avoid the time and energy vampires, then get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is below the episode description, or is actually in the episode description wherever you are watching and or listening to this. And I'll see you there. Bye-bye now.